The best venue on earth is getting a lot of hate mail after that show last night. Frustrated fans, bruised and bleeding after being caught in that torrential hail. They blame mixed messaging from the venue. You heard a little bit about Alexis saying that. Employees unwilling to let concert goers take cover when the skies opened up. Steve Staker is live near Red Rocks right now. Steve, the spokesperson for the venue, says there's only so much the venue could do in this situation. What else did he tell you?
Alex, he says the potential for bad weather, part of the deal of coming to shows at Red Rocks. He says both the venue and the promoter, Live Nation, each had their own contracted meteorologists working on event forecasting for this. And he says that the venue communicated what those meteorologists told them at the time they told them. Now, fans tell us it was a lot of mixed messaging that really got them. There was an early weather delay, then an all clear, then another delay, a warning, and then boom, the skies opened up. I asked spokesman Brian Kitts if the venue is reviewing its contract with meteorologists. He says that they're looking at protocols for weather like this right now, but he argues there's not too much they could do in this situation. There is something that he was pretty angry about, though: reports of workers turning fans away from shelter, like concession stands. He believes it was just a few bad apples, but he says the venue's looking into it.
That's absolutely, inexcusable. If that's what happened, it's appalling. Every member of this team has to be, concerned about the safety of every single fan that's here.
The venue issued a statement on Twitter this morning sending, quote, sincere best wishes to people who were injured. They said that they are talking to Mother Nature now about future shows, and you can imagine how well that went over with some folks. I did talk to an event forecaster today who says this should really be a wake-up call for large venues that are outside, especially like Red Rocks, where unpredictable weather happens. He says it's a prime example of why you need a meteorologist live on site to actually look at the conditions and see what's going on. We're going to have a lot more of our conversation with him coming up at 6 o'clock. On Next, Alex.
All right, yeah, Red Rocks will always be the iconic Red Rocks, but it would probably go a long way to, double down on that accountability. And if those are a few bad apples, they find out that's the truth, those people got to go.
Yeah, I heard from a few people today, different stories about different people inside the venue trying to push people outside of areas where there was shelter. So it does sound more than a one isolated situation like Red Rocks thinks it might be right now. It's going to be interesting to see how they look into this and try to educate the staff that when weather like this happens, people need a place to go.
Absolutely, and other outdoor venues can learn from this as well. Steve, we're glad you're there and on top of this. We'll check in with you later.
I'll have to evaluate what their specifics are.
Yeah,
it's different trying to exit Coors Field and where your options are to go versus climbing all those stairs or wherever it might be.
And
so
videos of
something
people
to consider
getting out of there and the damage and oh my God, some of those images I can't get out of my head.
And all of us, if we ever go up there, need to be aware.
So many of us
There's
do.
some responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay.